Good morning, afternoon, evening or nighttime, wherever and whenever you're watching. Thanks for clicking. Today, going to be talking about yet another release from the company Zara, and today is going to be a sweet pastry in Paris. Some of you might know, some of you might not know. Zara is a company mainly focuses on clothes. I think they're like a worldwide company. I don't know where they started, but mainly a clothes company, but they also release fragrances, and they've got lots of talks, they've got lots of mention, they've been hyped up quite a bit, mainly because they do loads of fragrances. I think I couldn't even hazard a guess how many releases they have in a year, but they have loads. And also the price range, like this one for example, is 100ml, and as you can see there at the bottom, it costs $15.99. If you go into a Zara store, just UK, I don't know the different conversion rates, but you're going to be looking at spending anywhere between £10 and £20 for 100ml, normally eau de parfum, such as this. A sweet pastry in Paris is from a new collection from the female line of fragrances called the Artisans collection. Sorry, it looks a bit tattered. It's got like a tape, so you know that no one else has tried it before you, which I quite like, because I know in a lot of clothes / department stores you just see people opening the boxes, spraying them 4 or 5 times and then pouring them back, so it's good that it's got a seal. But this is from a new collection. I think there's only about 3 or 4 in the collection. Others include like a mochi in Tokyo or a book liaison in Lebanon, something like that. But this is the one that caught my eye the most. This is what a lot of people are talking about. There's a short description on the back, and it also has the notes as well, which are lemon, cane sugar and vanilla. That's all it's got listed. So the fragrance, getting into it, what does it smell like? If you remember the notes from 30 seconds ago, lemon, cane sugar and vanilla. That's what it smells like. Right from the top, you get a very, very tart, sharp, not sharp as in like a, you know, like an off-putting, like, oh, that smells sour, but like a tartness, you know, like a proper sharp lemon. You get that lemon, but also it's just wrapped in sweet sugar and vanilla. And those 3 notes are exactly what you get. If you don't like the sound of those 3 notes, don't bother getting it, because it's word for word what it smells like. It's really nice. I really like the opening of this because it's where the lemon is most present, most prominent. And I think the combination works really well. I'm a big fan of sherbet lemons, you know, those little hard candies? I don't live in America. Hard sweets that you used to get with like sherbet in the middle. It reminds me of that a lot. It's got a very sharp lemony vibe, but it's got a very sweet sugar vanilla going on in the background. The main thing that happens as this fragrance progresses is the lemon just dies down more and more and more as the fragrance goes on. I did say at the start of the video that sometimes Zara fragrances don't last. Not all of them, but some of them don't last as long as you'd hope they would. This one does. I sprayed it on my skin about 4 or 5 hours ago, and I can still smell it there. But to me, the lemon, the sharpness of the lemon, which you get at the top, is not there. There's definitely lemon in the background, but now the sugar and the vanilla, as you'd come to expect, because, you know, citruses, they tend to be, I'm just using what I've heard of other videos, citruses are quite volatile notes, like they've got bright brash openings and perhaps they die down and then go to the back pedal. The sugar and the vanilla is strong as the fragrance goes on. I would say the lemon really starts to die down after an hour. Not much more after an hour. That lemon really, really becomes less and less, and the sugar and the vanilla just amp up. But with that in mind, like I said, I prefer the opening of this fragrance. I do, but it's called a sweet pastry in Paris, and it's after the hour mark, after the lemon dies down a little bit, and the sugar and the vanilla are more prominent. That is where it smells more like a pastry, because, like I said, there's no other notes listed, but there's some sort of like very slight warming thing going on, and I would assume it's from the vanilla. Maybe there's a touch of sandalwood, but it's got this like very slight powdery warming, maybe like milky kind of thing going on, which to me reminds me more of a pastry / coffee shop. So, my opinions on this fragrance, I think it's a great buy for $15.99. I think it's very much in 2 parts. I think in the first hour you've got a very sharp lemon sherbet, sweet kind of vibe going on, fizzy and effervescent. And then after the hour mark, you've got more of that pastry, the vanilla. And I will say, my girlfriend smelled it, that's who I bought it for. She said, as well as I agree, it's not a very realistic vanilla. It's quite a synthetic vanilla. But again, it's $15.99, so you're not coming to expect like this supernatural smell. It's quite synthetic. It's quite juvenile as well. Definitely more for the younger audience, especially in the opening, but in the dry down as well, it's got a sweet candied thing which you come to expect from that younger audience, you know, what most young people tend to wear. But I think that lemon keeps it interesting. I think it's definitely a unique sweet fragrance that, you know, not everyone will be rocking. So I think for $15.99, I think it's very good. In the opening, I love it. At the last, you know, after the hour mark to then the 5, 6, 7 hour mark, candied sweet vanilla with a bit of lemon going on in the background. If you guys have tried this one or any others from the collection, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.